People always say that Black Adam isn't an anti-hero and that The Rock tried to force this narrative, but no, he actually is, and I'll explain why. But first, I think we all can agree that this is the best version of Black Adam. That's New Earth or Pre-Flashpoint Black Adam. He's better than his first counterpart in the Fawcett days, who was a one-off character. He's better than his third counterpart from the New 52. He's better than his fourth counterpart from Rebirth. That's the Black Adam of right now. And his fifth counterpart, that is Absolute Adam, is looking like a huge contender for Pre-Flashpoint Adam story-wise. But only time will tell. Now back to business. Adam is an anti-hero, and let me tell you why. It's like people forgot or people don't know that in order to get the power of Shazam, you must be pure of heart. That is having the essence of a hero before the power of the gods can be bestowed upon you. So you can see he started out as a hero. Now here's why this is the best characterization of Black Adam. There's a story behind him. The Fawcett version also follows the wordiness format, but that was just written, but he was just written to be evil because he got consumed by power. And what did he hate Billy for when he came back to Earth? I don't know, because no modern fan reads Fawcett comics. It's just from word of mouth, let's be for real. Then the New 52 one, he wasn't even worthy of the power. Just because his nephew had the power is why he also got it. And because he and his nephew didn't see eye to eye, he killed him. Then when he came back, he just wanted Billy's power. That's why he was antagonizing him. Then the fourth Adam, that's the current one with Rebirth. We all know the history of the DCU came back for all the characters, with the sole exception of the Marvel family. None of them remember what went down Pre-Flashpoint. They don't act like it either. So I'm saying Rebirth and New 52 Adam are the same. Some of you try to say he's probably a combination of both Pre-Flashpoint and New 52 Adam, but he's more of New 52 than Flashpoint for real. Then Absolute Adam, even he has shown characteristics of a hero from when he was young, but it's still too early for me to speak on him as he has only appeared in one issue. The next one will be out soon, so I've given you the background on all the Black Adam variants we know, all the important ones, and now we are at the GOAT Pre-Flashpoint Adam. Let me explain why he's the best and why he's an anti-hero. In the Power of Shazam graphic novel, we find out that Adam is Theo Adam, who's a descendant of the real Teth Adam. He finds Teth's tomb alongside Billy's parents, then he murders them because he wants the spoils of the tomb all for himself and Savannah. So now you can see there's a reason for animosity between Billy and Adam, not just blind thirst for power. Theo Adam, who's actually a bad guy, fights Billy and loses. Then he gets his throat cut by the wizard, which won't allow him to say Shazam and get Teth Adam's powers again. Then from there we go to War of the Gods, and Teth Adam is in the driver's seat again, where we see the power rebound off Hercules and go to Earth and return Adam's powers. He then joins the Suicide Squad to attack Cersei because he was drawn to her by some magic force, where we then find out it was one of Set's, the Egyptian god Set. It was one of his artifacts, and he lured Adam there to steal his powers. He then looks like he's possessed and flies over to where Shazam, the wizard, Lobo and Billy are, and Shazam tells him he needs to save Billy. He explains how Set was involved in the Shazam spell and reiterated that it takes being pure of heart to be a champion, and they told him they need him to recreate the original Shazam spell. So Adam was actually supposed to get the Greek pantheon powers, but Set interfered with the spell and stole the powers of the Egyptian gods, and that's what they used when they gave Adam his powers. So they now recreated the Shazam spell, and from my interpretation, Shazam wanted Adam there to jumpstart Billy and the spell or something. Then Shazam, seeing that Adam had his full powers back, banished him for no reason. Like, he just banished him. Even going off the dialogue, I'm pretty sure he was going to help Billy moving forward. So you can see clear reasons why he's going after the wizard and why Billy comes after him. Not just, oh, he was consumed by power. Then we cut to Power Shazam issue 10, where Theo Adam returns with Blaze, who restored his throat and allowed him to speak again, giving him access to Black Adam's powers. He then finds the Marvel family and breaks Billy's arm because of that power sharing rule. Then we go to Power Shazam issue 10 again, issue 10 or 11, where we get clear as day confirmation that Adam was a hero who was bewitched or seduced or convinced by Blaze, Shazam's daughter, that he should rule all and be Pharaoh. This is just the second part of his origin. We will see the first part in JSA, but we'll get to that later. Then we see he's even doing bad stuff because Blaze has his sister's soul on the line. So far, can you say this is a bad guy? Moving on, in issue 11, he then gets banished to hell by Ibis. Then in issue 44, Ibis uses his Ibis stick again to get Black Adam back, and this time he makes it known that he's in control and he's not Theo Adam anymore but Black Adam. In issue 45, it was Adam who saved Billy from his coma on instruction from the wizard. He then goes to save hostages from gunpoint, once again reiterating he's not Theo Adam. He goes on to perform many heroic acts, but is obviously met with skepticism by the Marvel family, and Billy once again reiterates and talks about Theo Adam, and Mary talks about the hero he used to be. Adam even went back to find Saeed, who got his throat slit by Theo Adam. He even introduces himself as Teth Adam. We then see the Justice League get involved in Black Adam's issue, and he once again says he as in Teth Adam had nothing to do with the deaths of the Batsons. He then goes as far as going to court to stand trial and be dealt with legally. Is this really a villain? He even reiterates here once again he isn't guilty of the crimes committed by Theo Adam. In the next issue, we then see Adam say he's trying to make Billy transform, because once he does, he has the wisdom of Solomon, allowing him to think reasonably as opposed to being blinded by anger. Billy even says Adam was released from custody because he was proved innocent, which makes sense because Teth was in the driver's seat. In issue 47, he once again knows the difference between himself and Theo Adam. They are so different to the point they don't even have matching fingerprints. Adam then saved Billy from the river of the dead, and he tells us again Theo was the one controlling his form till Blaze brought him back after War of the Gods. I keep saying this again because people always want to deny things that are right in front of them. We then see Adam refuse to kill a vulnerable Billy. We then see Billy use his brain and deduce this was a test by the wizard for everyone, saying Billy is dumb. We then see Billy use his brain and deduce that this was a test by the wizard. And for everyone saying Billy is dumb or naive, he literally used his brain as a kid here. The wizard then decides Adam is good as opposed to evil, and he sends him on his way. Billy says he's not enemies with Adam, but he's not friends with him either. Next, we go to JSA issue 6, where Adam returns from space and engages in battle with the JSA. We even see the helmet of fate try to attack him but have no effect. I'll let you take that one however you want. We also find out Nabu and Adam were friends back in ancient Egypt. Then we see Dr. Fate once again say Theo and Teth are two different people. We find out they went back in time to where Adam first got his powers to redirect the lightning in an attempt to de-transform him via Alan Scott. And via Alan Scott, we find out that this was Theo Adam again going on a rampage because Adam had some kind of brain tumor, allowing Theo to take over. In issue 19, we find out Teth is back in control and he helps the JSA by contacting the Spectre. Then he's granted probationary membership of the JSA in issue 21. So I've handled the hero part, right? Now let's cut to the Black Rain arc in JSA issue 45, where Adam is outraged on how villains get to walk scot-free without repercussions. Even Atom Smasher agrees with him and they leave the JSA. Then we go to JSA 56. Let's read Adam's description. I have been through this before. They are going to call us villains. They are going to call us mad. Let them. The present can never be agreed upon, but history will view us with veneration. And just read the description of these guys. Terrible. These guys are terrible. And so Adam lands and murders one. Then he goes on with introducing his new team comprising of Northwind, Nemesis, Eclipso. This guy is related to the female Wildcat, and he wanted revenge on Eclipso, so he lied to the JSA to steal the Eclipso diamond and uses tattoos to keep Eclipso in check. Next, we have Brainwave, and finally Atom Smasher. We have Adam give us a little backstory on his wife and sons and why he became evil with quotes. which led to the wizard imprisoning him. Remember, I told you the blaze part was the second part. This is the first. He decided to be delivering swift justice to anyone who decided to bring violence to Kahndaq, and so the wizard imprisoned him and buried him till Theo Adam got him out again. Atom Smasher's will is on the wane, and Black Adam reassures him of what they are fighting for. And I just want you to read this panel. Is this a villain? And like, his reasoning is genuinely good. Kahndaq is good enough to be talked about, but not important enough for any action to be carried out. It's insane how the UN is moving in this universe. We then go to Shiruta, the capital of Kahndaq, which is named after Adam's first wife, and the palace of Asim Mohammed, where he's performing human trafficking, and the Black Bolts, that's what I call this team, Black Bolts, pull up on him, and Adam lets Atom Smasher end him. In issue 57, we then see Adam present himself and the Black Bolts to Kahndaq, and they are being received as heroes. We then see Marvel once again give the reason why Black Adam became evil with quotes, and we switch to Adam apologizing to his fallen family, the reason he became evil. Now go to Hawkman issue 25 and let's read the description. The Justice Society invaded my country, a country I have attempted to free from oppression and violence at any cost, even that of my soul or theirs. So he has a goal and he will do anything, including murder, to achieve it. We then see Black Adam put absolute belt to ass on the whole JSA. This is for the people who think the Marvel family can't take on DC's heavy hitters. They can take on teams of the DC universe's heaviest hitters. We then see Adam shed tears for his family as he mistakenly desecrated their graves. Remember, they are the reason he became evil with quotes, or because of what happened to them. Yeah, the reason he became evil for them, or because of what happened to them. We then see Atom Smasher list what they were able to accomplish by the forceful takeover of Kahndaq. And Marvel co-signs this by saying Adam was nothing but the best for the people of Kahndaq. Even Hawkman and Alan agree, saying Adam is a hero to the people, and so they strike a deal that Adam can't leave Kahndaq, and we see Adam have a hero celebration in Kahndaq and honor his fallen. That's Eclipso and Nemesis, they died. Now, quick recap. See everything Adam has done, from going to the legal system, to apologizing to Saeed and Billy, to joining the JSA, to freeing Kahndaq by any means possible, and being seen as a hero in the country. Can you say he's really a villain? No, this is anti-hero behavior. Even, let's track back to JSA issue 41. I like this story. I want you to read what Billy said. He says he's trying to give Adam the benefit of the doubt, but the wisdom of Solomon won't let him. He says in ancient Egypt, he doesn't believe that Adam was ever a hero, and that the power of Shazam didn't corrupt him, that he corrupted it. And this will become important in a moment, because if you notice, Adam doesn't seem too bothered by Marvel's remarks, because when we get to issue 43, we find out that Adam and Marvel met in the past when Adam's family had just been killed, like they had just recently been killed. And we see Billy's reaction when he finds out why Adam's the way he is, and Adam shows his true nature in that he's a family man and he's happy to have a legacy, so much so that Billy sympathizes with him. A wonderful show of brotherhood. In issue 44, we see Adam and Billy team up in the land of the dead, where they went to summon Ra, and they are interrupted by Adam's dead family, and Adam falls to his knees lamenting, and so he swears to himself no more innocents will die as long as he has this power. So I'm certain by statements we've gathered so far that after this adventure is when he starts murdering people in the name of justice. And so they both say Shazam to summon Horus, and Adam commends Billy for being worthy at such a young age and says he admires him and he's truly a marvel. And guess what? I was right. It turns out this metamorpho looking guy was the person that killed Adam's family. And so after Ra takes both Acton and Vandal Savage down. Adam kills him. Billy even tried to stop him, but Terrific says this isn't their timeline, so they shouldn't interfere. We then see Billy return to the present and confront Adam about what happened, saying he knew the whole time, and then he explains himself, saying despite what the wizard believed, he took Kahndaq by force, not to rule but to protect. The wizard stripped him of his powers and imprisoned his soul for thousands of years, and after Theo Adam reawakened his consciousness in this era, in Theo Adam's body, many of his memories were hazy, but as time went on, he regained them and remembered that he and Billy met in the past. Marvel then asked him if he remembers everything and says he wishes he'd known all this before, that he thinks he understands where he's coming from, where his anger started. And Adam cuts him off, saying none of this is about anger, it's about making sure no one else has to suffer as his family suffered, as the people of Kahndaq suffered, as he has suffered. And he says though they are no longer enemies, he will never be Billy's friend. And it makes sense. Adam has genuinely tried. He has tried to make amends with Billy, but he keeps turning him away. So this is a reasonable thing to come to. So you can see they changed a one-off character from Fawcett to a complex character with an insane backstory and reasonable motivations. Then the new 52 just reduced him to an honorless murderer. And it's the same Geoff Johns that wrote these two books. How the fuck? But we ain't done yet. It gets even worse for Adam. Now let's move to the pages of 52, one of the best comic runs I've ever read. We see Adam being approached by Intergang, who offer him gold and the most beautiful virgin in all of Egypt, and they offer them because they want safe passage through Kahndaq to the Middle East. And so Adam kills them. Then he goes for a press conference at his new embassy in New York and kills someone to make a statement. So the virgin we saw here will turn out to be Adriana Thomas, or Isis as she's popularly known, and she will become Black Adam's new wife. And it was really nice seeing the slow burn from people who hate each other to husband and wife. It was amazing. So we get to see their relationship unfold, and anytime I think of their relationship, I remember the song Take Care by Drake and Rihanna, and I think it describes their relationship perfectly. And so because of his wife, Adam decides to soften his hand, and they find her brother, and they even go around the world performing heroic feats with his Black Marvel family. But of course, tragedy struck again. Tragedy is always coming after my goat. The backstory is Intergang is taking revenge for Adam denying them passage in a way. And so they kidnapped all of the world's mad scientists, as in, we're talking Dr. Sivana, Theo Morrow, Veronica Cale, Will Magnus, Baron Bug, Dr. Cyclops, etc. And they helped them engineer the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Yes, the ones from the Bible, but they are from Darkseid's planet. So they are the physical personifications of death, famine, pestilence, and war. And I think you know Tony the Tiger. So throughout 52, we saw Sobek act as a Tony character for the Black Marvel family, but it turns out he was farming the whole time, and he convinced Osiris to give up his power and become mortal again. And the second he did that, he brutally killed him. I mean, this was brutal and bad and terrible. Just look at this, and like the running thing was with the crocodile is that he's always hungry. We don't know why he's always hungry. It's just like a gag. He's a gag joke in the family. Like, you know, they will finish up the day, this guy will just come and say, you know, I'm hungry, that kind of thing. And after killing Osiris, he said, I'm full. That it's the only a Marvel that can satiate his hunger. That was deep. It was something else. I couldn't believe it. 52 was so good. It was so good. So the remaining 3 horsemen, the main 3 officers of the apocalypse now came to Kahndaq, and they went all out on Isis and Adam. Isis now found out that Ammon is dead, so she was disarrayed, she was disoriented, then she got killed. Like, they axed that woman. Then Adam went batshit crazy. Adam killed 3 out of the 4 horsemen. You know the reason? Even Batman reiterates it at least twice that Adam killed 3 out of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. He killed their physical bodies because their ideas, their concepts, they cannot literally be killed. But the fact that you can kill their bodies, I think that speaks levels to your strength. That's pretty impressive in my book. That should be a feat. So he killed 3 out of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and then he mourns Isis. And as she's dying, she says she understands Adam and why he handled things the way he did by killing people swiftly, because she was heavily against it at first, and in her dying breath she tells Adam to avenge them. And that's where we get the storyline where Black Adam goes crazy. He goes to Bialia to find Death, who are taking refuge there. So he kills the government officials harboring him, and then he mourns Adriana and Osiris again. Then he murders the people of the nation, 2 million people. And then Death says that with every murder, with the death of every man, woman, and child, he has grown stronger. And Adam hits him with one of the hardest lines ever, saying, "You are death no longer. I am." That's my goat. Then he calls down the lightning and kills death itself. Amazing. And people can swear that Captain Marvel and Black Adam can't hang with Superman when Black Adam just killed the personification of death. Come on, guys. Come on. Death tells him where to go and find the island where they created the horsemen, and all the mad scientists are panicking except Sivana, who's used to dealing with the Marvel family, showing you how feared they really are, even going as far as to call Adam the most dangerous living being on the planet. He then walks through acid rain. He breaks down a perimeter force field that is strong enough to stop the asteroid strike that killed the dinosaurs. He breaks it down. That's another feat for people who don't know, but now you know. And you know, this is the second time in Adam's life that this is happening. His family is being ripped away from him for no reason. Like he had actually become good again, showing restraint and all that. It's like anytime he's going down the right path, right, something will happen. And it gives you reason to actually sympathize for the character, that Adam is this way because of what has happened to him. Adam will not tolerate shit. He will kill you on sight so that what has happened to his family twice will never happen again. You know, it's really, really beautiful. Like, Black Adam is such a good and complex character that him being relegated to Billy's arch nemesis with all this history and conviction, it isn't going to work, in my opinion. Let's look at this objectively. It doesn't even make sense. They then send what they describe as the greatest killer android the world has ever seen, and Adam destroys it quick, fast, and in a hurry. He then gets captured because these scientists are formidable and they all jumped him, but he gets freed by Atom Smasher. Then he goes on a rampage. I mean, look at this panel, and it captures everything he's gone through properly. This is a man who has given the world everything and gotten nothing in return, even more than nothing. He has gotten even more than nothing in return. The small happiness he has managed to get anytime he gets it gets stripped away from him all the time. I mean, this is a reasonable crash out, and this is how you write a character, not mindless murder because your nephew didn't agree with you. He then fights every superhero team around the world, from the Marvel family to the Doom Patrol to China's Great 10, till they all decided to collectively jump him, and people will still say Black Adam can't fight and beat Superman. Let's list every hero in this panel, shall we? We have Jakim, Firestorm, Wonder Woman, I think that's her mom, Guy Gardner, Jay Garrick, Mr. Terrific, Wildcats, Alan Scott's Sentinel, Metamorpho, Stargirl and Stripes, Sand, Power Girl, Plastic Man, Atom Smasher, Hawk Girl, Vixen, Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, and Black Lightning, Black Canary. You know, like, All these guys, I'm sorry, I can't name everyone here. Jon Stewart, all these guys. They even had Madame Xanadu, Zatanna, the Phantom Stranger, walking in the background, and no one could stop him. It was so bad, Billy had to go and ask the Egyptian gods to take away the power, and they said no. We even see the Steels try to fire a rocket that would send AI nanites that would short circuit his motor functions, but Booster Gold interrupts them and tells them that wouldn't have worked anyway. Not surprising though, because Teomoru opened an arena the size of a football field in his brain and he's still walking. Let's pause. You see, with shows like Invincible, you have people convinced that Thrag even holds a candle to Superman. Imagine if 52 gets animated. No one would ever disrespect the Marvel family again after the things Black Adam has done in this run. How can you even say he's not as strong as Superman after seeing what he's done? That he can't beat Superman? Let's resume. So what Billy does is he calls down the lightning, catches it with help from Zatanna, the Stranger, and Madame Xanadu, and throws it at Adam, de-transforming him and changing his magical world. This was an insane trip and a wonderful story showing Adam's character, who he really is, why he is the way he is, and why he does the stuff he does. And you guys have been taking New 52 Black Adam as your gospel truth. Hell nah. But now I want to ask you to think, and I need you to think hard. Why would Adam even hate Billy? Like, realistically, what's his problem with him? It's either he wants his power, which he always gets over at some point, or he wants revenge on the wizard for the banishment, which he also always gets over. So what's the reason for Adam being a villain? There's not. He's not a villain, and The Rock wasn't wrong in his portrayal of Black Adam. You guys just didn't read enough comic books. The execution wasn't the best. It was like taking elements from Post-Crisis and the New 52 at the same time, but The Rock wasn't ultimately wrong, and he got clowned on by ignorant fans. Instead of Black Adam to be a villain, he should always be an anti-hero, doing what he must to protect what he loves, and being moved to heroism by the love of his life and turning a new leaf for her. He should be like Vegeta in a sense to Billy's Goku, or something like that, you know. They aren't buddies, but they've both forgiven each other for the bad blood between them and can move on from there. Adam will be seeing his younger, purer self in Billy, and Billy can be reminded of certain things to not do, certain things to do, so that he won't turn out like Adam. They are each other's mirror, and it's just another version of them staring back at each other. If Adam's life wasn't tragic, he'd have been like Billy. If Billy's life gets more tragic, he could end up like Adam. Two sides of the same coin. Instead of Black Adam being Marvel's big three villains, why not have Sabbac? Apart from the obvious, Shazam's first name is Solomon. Like, the first name in the acronym of Shazam is Solomon. The first name in the acronym of Sabbac is Satan. Why hasn't this been done? Who is writing this stuff? I'm a huge Captain Marvel fan, and I can beat my chest and tell you I know little to nothing about Sabbac, and his best moments happen in an Outsiders comic. Like, what? Even Captain Nazi was killed by Jason Todd. What? Like, what's going on? Now, Rebirth Adam is, like I said, is more of his New 52 counterpart than Post-Crisis. But if a good writer comes back, I can see him take Adam back to his better days. Because even in Rebirth, I ask you again, why would he be a villain? He lives in a kingdom, has all the money he could ever ask for, has the power of Shazam, can go anywhere, do anything. What's making him a villain? Regardless, I hope I've convinced and not confused you with all this evidence that Black Adam is an anti-hero and not a villain. And his story doesn't end at where after Billy changes his magic word. Maybe I'll continue this another time, but I've also written a story for Black Adam that picks up from where Billy changes his magic word, because it was kind of a loose end that wasn't properly tied up. And even in my original storyline, this is another story, my original storyline for DC, Adam's main driving force is Isis, not the wizard, not Billy, but his wife, and he will do anything to achieve his goals. If you want to see more from me, please leave a like, subscribe, and support my channel. I just want to shed light on Captain Marvel, on Black Adam, because they are so highly disrespected in the DC Comics space, in the power scaling space. They don't get enough shine for no reason. So that's just my job here and now. Please leave a like and subscribe to see more from me. Thank you and peace out.